All right, everybody, welcome back to the Mania 7K World Cup 2022. We've got one more match left for this semifinals weekend. It's going to be Japan versus Indonesia, and I will be one of your commentators, Toph Daddy, and I'm joined here by Sparky once again. How's it going?
It is going fantastic. It feels like this weekend has just flown by with some absolutely incredible matches.
Yeah,
and
we've seen some pretty crazy results already. I mean, I don't think we've had any. No, we had one sweep, I think, this weekend, which is unprecedented for 7K World Cup to have that few at semifinals.
Yeah, it just goes to show you the level at which these players are playing at. Anybody can take points off of any team. Nobody is safe. And
yeah,
I'm pretty sure
it's a bit of a scary match for the South Korea this week. 7-6. Philippines almost taking them down. I think they were up 6-3 at one point, which South Korea had to make that comeback, which again, unprecedented for 7K World Cup for a team that's not China to give South Korea a run for their money. But for this match, we got Japan, Indonesia, last losers bracket match of the weekend, and so whichever team loses this is out of the tournament. So the stakes are high.
Yeah, and it looks like they're already going into the bans. It looks like Indonesia is getting rid of LN2, or oh boy, not a lot of love for LN1 and 2 Underjoy.
That's been banned quite a bit. I saw Snowy played a few times, but I think WWW was banned in almost every single match.
Yeah, I think it survived like 2 matches overall this entire weekend.
I believe it survived the match with Canada in it somehow.
Yeah, that's the main one I can think of, and it looks like Japan are getting rid of the Jack pick, Jasmine T-Girl.
No accuracy for Japan. They're not looking to have an accuracy battle with Indonesia, and that's probably fair.
That's very fair. And it'll remain to be seen what they decide to go with here. We've seen a lot of...
Actually, okay, hold on. I'm a little... Oh, wait, no. Okay, I'm thinking of this the wrong way around. Indonesia banned Jasmine T-Girl. Japan banned the long note map. I was very confused for a second because I thought it was the other way around.
Wow. Oh, that's right. I got my colors confused. I do apologize, Toph. Led you down the wrong path there.
About to be like, wait, why did Japan ban rice and Indonesia ban the long notes? That seems a bit backwards. But no, it was. We have the right ban order, and then we'll be getting into our first pick. Japan looks like they're, Indonesia looks like they'll be picking first. Oh, and looks like we had the wrong LN ban. So WWW is actually open.
Oh, okay. It doesn't help when in the lobby chat there's just a lot of W's, and one of the LN picks is literally called WWW. Okay.
Okay, yeah, okay. So confirmed Snowy is banned, not WWW.
Yes. Either way, we're not going to play an Underjoy map.
Indonesia goes into Violet Perfume, perfectly expected from this team, seeing that Japan banned long notes and Indonesia is one of the strongest long note teams in the tournament.
Yep, I feel like that's been the theme so far and throughout this weekend. It's like one team very much preferring the rice and the other team very much preferring the LNs and hybrids. And we shall await to see who from either side will be contesting this pick. You would imagine we just see Suzuha in for every pick for Japan. Meanwhile, Indonesia is sorting out their roster a little bit. You want to make sure you get your perfect players in the perfect positions. And you don't want to hand over...
I don't think Suzuha is supposed to be in Indonesia. But, yeah, so Suzuha Koichi makes sense for Japan, Onta Bukasi, and who else for Indo?
Looks like they're... XP.
Yeah, XP looks like the right player to put in for the long notes on Indonesia's side.
Alrighty. I mean, like I said, best start off on the right foot here. You want to make sure you got everybody in there.
Yeah, if you're Indonesia, you definitely do not want to be losing this pick right away, because that does not bode so well for the rest of the match if their most comfortable lineup pick is going to be taken by Japan, a team that has been pretty spotty on long nodes, in all honesty.
Yeah. And it looks like they are able to get XC in here. Might just be a bit of a client lag. Maybe didn't get the invite, but we got there. We got there in the end. So Violet Perfume, more of a coordination type of pick compared to something like WWW or Time for the Moon Knight. And with the fact that Noe's been banned, you feel like Japan might be resting their laurels on the density versus the coordination here. But the players are ready.
I could definitely see that. I mean, Japan has always been pretty strong at, I mean, Rice in general. So the density island picks are always going to fare them a little bit better than the release ones, especially against a team like Indonesia, who has been extremely strong at the more difficult coordination-based long no maps.
Yeah, it looks like the players already were loaded into the map. Oh boy. Let's see what happens. Ooh, Exy with a very early miss here.
Yeah, it gives a small lead in this more simple long nose section at the beginning, and another break from Indonesia, so that's 2 full combos gone from them, and Japan has not broken yet, but I mean, we still have plenty of map to go and plenty of harder sections to get through.
Yeah, but this being Indonesia's pick, you would think that Japan would want to ride this advantage that they have right now. Both Indonesians dropping their full combos while both Japanese players hanging on to theirs. That being said, the lead is rather fragile here. The accuracies on Indonesia's side looks like it's enough to pull the lead back here going into the back half of the map.
Yeah, despite 2 full combos on the side of Japan, that accuracy is good enough from Indonesia to have that lead flickering and probably take it over to their side once the Allens come back in, as long as they don't break again.
They need to hold here as we get into the last third of the map. Onto Bikasi, despite the early misses, holds the highest accuracy in the lobby, and Suzuha is the one to drop for Japan. There's 1 full combo gone for Japan, and you would think that, oh boy, traded back by Anta there.
Which is going to lower that lead a little bit, but like we said, that accuracy favors Indonesia pretty heavily, so 1 combo trade is going to be good for Indonesia here. And now, all the full combos on the board gone, and that blue bar just started spiking a little bit with the end of the map coming here, and it looks like Indonesia will be able to protect their first pick.
Oh boy. Low dicey there at the beginning, but they managed to recover very nicely there. Indonesia taking this 1-0 so far. Very nice scores across the board. And now we have Japan to pick.
Yeah, and you could probably expect one of the more difficult Rice maps to come out. I could honestly see that the marathon coming out almost immediately here, just because of how difficult that is. But I think Rice won, or Sparks. Sparks makes sense too, though that one's a little bit more, well, not straightforward. It's easier physically than most of the other maps in this pool. I think the only other physically easier map in the pool would be the 2 chord, or not the 2, the chord stream, the dense chord stream pick, and then the jack pick, which was banned.
Yeah,
but
that's my.
Maybe Indonesia's looking. Maybe they saw that jack ban from Indonesia and thought, let's go with whatever we can get really, really good accuracy on. You know?
Yeah, this is definitely one of those picks where you can get some pretty high accuracy. I mean, there are some awkward snaps thrown in there, but yeah, I mean, you can reach your way through them.
It's really hard to pinpoint what exactly to expect on a pick like this because of how all over the place the patterns are.
I mean, maybe this could be a primer for Japan. It's like you go Sparks first, the easier the awkward-ish maps, quote-unquote, and then maybe you throw in like an early Robert. It worked out very well for, who was it? Spain, going up against Canada in their earlier match. They went with a very early Robert pick, and that seemed to buoy them, not having to pick it late in the match. But it remains to be seen. Looks like the players are ready. Yeah, I mean, the same lineups from both sides. And let's see what happens. Wait for everybody to sync up. A lot of mirrors being taken in this lobby. Everybody preferring the offhand patterning.
Yeah, everyone except Onta Bikasi.
Must be something about these patterns. More preferable playing them on the left.
In here, well, Onta Bikasi, the only non-mirror player, is the first one to find a break, and Japan is going to take a pretty big lead to start off. That accuracy, kind of the same thing we saw Indonesia taking advantage of on the previous long note pick, where the accuracy is really good, except Japan is just holding their combos.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and there's an immediate trade going into the transition. Suzuha and Exi both dropping there.
Yeah, but even
Favorable
with
trade.
that drop, look at Suzuha's accuracy, 99.7 up to this point, which beats everyone in the lobby by at least 0.4%. The next highest being his own teammate, My Angel Koishi, who's still holding the full combo for Japan.
Yeah, you'd imagine it's a little bit hard to make inroads here just based on the accuracy discrepancy, but Koishi finding a couple drops there, but still, struggling just a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of drops in a row, and that lead was still massive for Japan, but it was all traded back by Indonesia there, and the lead is back to growing in Japan's favor. But even with quite a few misses, I think even a breakdown from Japan wouldn't give the lead to Indonesia here.
No, riding the accuracy all the way to the bank there. Not a lot of map left. This is a very, very short map, and just like that, Japan evens it up 1-1.
Indeed, 8 200s from Suzuha there, eclipsing everyone in the lobby.
My
this
goodness.
Dude's insane.
We have seen some.
I don't even know what to say, man.
Some crazy scores. Wow. Okay, so Indonesia 2 pick next, and you would imagine gonna want to go back.
Back in the long notes is what I expect. Looks like the two Indonesians are discussing what they want to pick. It looks like they are deciding between some of the long node picks. I do see them. Okay, yeah. I saw them say J-Friend, which I assume meant G-Friend, given the J-pop or K-pop nature. Is that K-pop or J-pop? I don't know.
That's a very good question that I am not qualified to answer.
I don't recognize the language properly. I'd assume K-pop, but doesn't really matter. It's long notes. That's all that really matters here, because that's all we expect Indonesia to start picking. They've got four essentially free long note picks open. Maybe not free as points, but they should have quite the advantage on them in general if they go anything like White Rose did.
Yeah, with that being said, it looks like it's going to be this same roster from both teams contesting all these picks. As we get into map number 3 here, waiting for the sync up, everybody's still taking the mirror except for Onta.
Yeah, some of them, I guess, trying to reset their muscle memory for a map like this, rely on their reading instead of their muscle memory, or especially for a long note map where you can make pretty big mistakes if your muscle memory is hitting notes in the wrong way.
Yeah, right now immediate back and forth is Onta dropping a slider there at the very end of that transition. Still very early on in the pick, definitely a lot longer of a map compared to something like Violet Perfume. That's gonna hand Japan a very slender lead here.
Yeah, but that accuracy is in favor of Indonesia, and Onta Bikasi has gone up to that 400 combo mark already. So that lead should be shrinking and going in favor of Indonesia as long as no more combo breaks happen on their side.
Yeah, but Japan's not going to let that lead go very easily here. It does eventually trickle back over to Indonesia's side, but oh boy. Oh, and a double miss from Japan.
That's huge. But Exif, that's a last full combo on the board. Otokasi being the only player with any kind of combo right now, but everyone quickly getting up to the 400 combo mark. And Indonesia with a pretty solid lead on top of that accuracy lead that they have. Suzuka doing a good job of keeping up with them, but that 99.35 from Ontipakase being a little bit too much for even Suzuha to eclipse here, and especially with Maengo Koishi below the 99 rank and dropping combo yet again on this more tricky coordination section, giving Indonesia an even bigger lead.
Yeah, and as we get into the back half of the map, Indonesia riding this advantage here. Onto with the highest combo in the lobby here. It's imperative that Japan just hold on, build some combo here in these lighter sections before the density picks up to maybe try and mount a bit of a comeback. There's still a third of the map left. There's still plenty of time, but if you're going to do any damage, it's best to do it now rather than later.
Yeah, but Indonesia's not the kind of team who's going to give you those chances on long notes, and with Koishi dropping yet again, that's not going to help Japan's case for taking a breakpoint on a long note map. But Suzuha's doing what he needs to. He's up to 99.25%, only a 1/10% behind Ontipakase right now. But the difference right now is Angel Koishi being at 98.7 versus Exif's 99.1. And also continuing to find combo drops.
Yeah, you want to make sure you get the full credit for all these nodes, and Koishi, every drop, resetting his combo, not helping matters in terms of wanting to make this comeback, and it looks like Indonesia resting their laurels on the LN picks. Despite the density pickup, it looks like they can handle both in this map pool. And it looks like those bursts were no issue for anybody there.
Dropping after 4,500 combo, but
an incredible
just enough. And Suzuha trading that mess right back, and Exif takes over that 4,000 combo lead as Japan finds a double break and pretty much seals this in Indonesia's favor.
Yeah, sharing the load there, definitely what you want to see in a two-man team. One drops, the other one picks up the slack, and it looks like Indonesia is going to be able to take their second pick here rather comfortably at the end of the day. 2-1 now.
Yeah, and back to Japan's pick, and given their pick strategy of going Sparks first, you would think that the Igor map's coming out. Robert would be coming out, right?
You would think.
Because I guess they're the most similar maps in that pool, or in the Rice pool at least. Even though Robert is disgusting to play. But it looks like they go for Swimming the Sweep Corks, the speed map, instead. Let's see, I guess they're just more comfortable on it, which is understandable.
Yeah, maybe in this regard, Robert might be more of the pocket pick if things start going really south for Japan.
Yeah, but things seem to be going swimmingly for their first pick. I expect kind of the same thing to happen for something like this, that they're, I would assume, very comfortable on.
Yeah, this is probably going to come down to a bit of a ratio battle. Misses might be, even one miss might prove to be very detrimental to either team, just based on the caliber of both these teams. Everybody in the lobby just making sure they're ready. If there's any last second substitutions. Now it looks like Anta is going to be tagging out.
Bringing Yanaman for the speed map. Probably a bit more comfortable on something like this. And they need to have those comfortable players if they want to be taking Rice breakpoints against Japan.
Yeah, it feels like the advantage definitely feels like it rests with the LN team in these matchups, because in terms of the LN to Rice disparity, it feels like these players can all handle Rice. But if you can handle the LN just a bit better, definitely more opportunity to take break points. But it remains to be seen. The players are loaded in. It is currently 2-1 Indonesia. And Yanaman with a very early break here.
In the earlier bursts too, which I think these are supposed to be the easier portions of bursts. Maybe just tripped up right at the beginning. And here we go into the more extended ones. And this lead is kind of small. There was that trade from Koichi there, and that's going to favor Yanaman since he did before the 400 combo. But that's another combo break. Yanaman got lost and had a pretty big accuracy drop too, but Koishi's down at that low 98 with Exif. Suzuha being the big difference maker here at 99.6 versus Yanaman's 99.0.
Yeah, definitely showing a lot of comfort on the speed pick here. Suzuha head and shoulders above the rest of the lobby right now, carrying Japan and carrying this lead right now, despite some of the earlier drops from Koichi. And as we get into the back half of the map, the density only picks up here. Yanaman dropping before the last third. Very tricky to coordinate some of these jumps here.
Yeah, but Japan having no issue keeping up that combo. Exif and Koichi doing a good job of bringing back their accuracy, but Exif does just break their combo on these more difficult streams. Yanaman doing a good job of keeping in that 99 range, but is going to need help from Exif here, and Suzuha, who does find a combo break if they're going to want to get back into this, but this lead is so massive that that's not going to mean that much right now unless there are multiple breaks, and this is the ending of the map, so I don't think anything's going to happen.
Yeah, despite a couple of rough patches there for Japan, they managed to hold on there. I mean, it was pretty much on their side of the board to lose. And Suzuha with that unfortunate one miss there at the very end. Still 4 very incredible runs. And we're notched up again, 2-2.
Yeah, down to that best of 9. And we still got 2 more full long no maps left and plenty of rice for Japan to attack with.
Boy, so now it just becomes which LN map do you want to play? Scottish or WWW? I mean, the hybrids are still there on the table, but I feel like those might just be last resort.
Yeah, those I expect like the 2 long no picks to come out, and then like fake coming from Indonesia as their 5th pick, just because that one's pretty tough on the long no side of things.
Yeah, definitely one of the more physical hybrids in the pool, but definitely want to make sure you make the right decision here. Who's feeling up for what style? Oh, and they're gonna go.
They're gonna go for a hybrid, Wilden Chan hybrid here. So they aren't going for Scottish or WWW. This one's also pretty long no heavy.
Yeah,
I think the most physically demanding one being Mushino Sumo. I think I might be wrong about that, but I'm just gonna go with it.
Let's say it with your chest there. Gonna start seeing these hybrids come out. We're gonna see Hanta come back in for Indonesia.
Probably not a bad time to start testing the waters of hybrids anyways, because even with just the long no picks, Indonesia's only going to be able to snag 4 points from those total, and you need 3 more points after that, and even as a minimum to get tiebreaker, you need 2.
Right.
So you're going to have to find points in other places, and this might be the right place to start.
I am better now than when your opponent's at match point, so let's see what happens here.
Yeah, you don't want to be taking that risk when Japan has 6 points on the board.
Looks like I'm gonna call that a client miss from Exif there. Those opening bursts not trading them too well, but Koichi, huge accuracy drop going into this transition.
Well, Exif's combo's not resetting, so I'm going to assume that's a real miss.
Oh boy.
So, but that within the first 20 notes is about exactly where you want to miss if you miss at all. And on the other side, Koichi missing right around that 250 combo mark, going to lose a bit more of that combo bonus, despite the fact that it's still okay to miss during that first 400 combo.
Yeah, but this map is not long at all, only clocking in at about 1:30. We're already past the first third of the map, and Indonesia holding a bit of a... I mean, it's flickering a little, but with Anta's break though.
Yeah, that accuracy was actually, I think, pretty equivalent between the two teams, and Anta finding another break is going to get a pretty solid lead for Japan. A couple misses are going to be needed if Indonesia wants to take this lead back, but this is by far the closest we've seen anything up to this point.
And I feel like this hybrid just has enough variance in it that gives Japan enough leeway to get away with some of these LN sections. They can drop the accuracy, regain it in the rice, intersperse throughout this map, and right now, this pick not panning out for Indonesia. I mean, they would have had to have done it anyways. Better now than later, as we said, but not what you want to see.
Yeah, not going to be what you want to see, as Indonesia here losing the first break point of the match and giving Japan a chance to go up 4-2.
Oh boy. We were saying it before the pick happened. They would have had to have dived into this hybrid pool eventually. And it was going great until that break from Onto Bikasi there. But unfortunately, that's just how it goes, especially on maps this short. Misses like that.
The accuracy from both teams is pretty close together. 29 200s for both Suzuha and Onto Bikasi, and then right around 40 for both Exif and Koishi. It was literally just the combo breaks that gave it to Japan.
Yeah. That's just how those picks go sometimes. And Japan wasting no time going for Revixie here. Definitely an interesting pick.
Dense core stream, pretty similar to what you might expect as like an accuracy pick for, especially for a team like Japan at this stage, which, you know, gives way to, you know, trying to take out from Indonesia's weaknesses as they banned the Jack map in this pool, which is also what you might expect to be called an accuracy map this late in the tournament.
Yeah. But that being said, definitely an opportunity for Japan has presented itself to be able to go up 4-2 if things pan out here. It's up to Indonesia to find a breakpoint here before the end of the match to try and regain a foothold here. And again, the Battle of the Mirrors, Japan, both mirrors. Indonesia opting for the no mod.
Yeah, and here we go. We're seeing pretty equivalent accuracies out of this intro. A little bit easier on the accuracy for now until it starts getting more continuous.
Yeah, there's definitely phases in this map. And right now, everybody seems to be holding lockstep with each other. Oh, but Anta finds the first break. Going into the second quarter of the map, going to hand Japan a bit of a lead here.
Yeah, and that accuracy pretty good on the side of Japan. 99.8 from Suzuha, 99.74 from Koishi. The next highest being Exif, 99.64. All three of them having the full combo, but Onta at the bottom with no full combo and at 99.42, missing yet again. This is looking very strong for Japan already, even coming out of the first third.
Oh boy, that being said, there's still plenty of map left, but with Onta's struggles here, gonna give Japan a bit of a cushion now to work with as it lightens up a little bit.
Yeah, they get a little bit of time to breathe again before the final chorus where it jumps up in a little bit of difficulty.
Yeah, the slow jam, a very good opportunity to build up some accuracy, build up some combo. Gonna give Anta an opportunity to get back up above that 400 combo cap. Give him an opportunity to attack. As we get into the last third, everything's gonna pick up here.
That's right. It's the drums. Okay.
Hopefully the players are ready. Last third of the map incoming. Suzuha and Koishi holding it down right now. Both of them still on the full combos. Anta drops yet again. Exi still with a full combo for Indonesia here, but gonna need a lot more than that. Gonna need to climb here. Koishi does finally drop, but there's not a lot of map left. Only an 8th here.
Onto Bikasi finding breaks isn't going to be as detrimental for the side of Indonesia as that full combo break from Koishi is, because he was already doing worse comparatively than the other players. But there's going to need to be a lot more breaks from Japan, or just an improved performance from Indonesia. But that miss from Exif, a double miss from Exif, is not going to help that case, and it's looking like Japan is locking up this 4-2.
Only a sliver of map left. It would take a monumental collapse, and I don't think Japan is going to deliver that. They deliver an amazing performance, though. Taking their pick, going up 4-2 now. 3 200s from Suzuha. Those are some scary scores. Oh boy, and now if you're Indonesia, gonna need to take a break point somewhere here, but it is your pick. Take some time to decide what you want to do.
When you're looking at this, it's almost like, Indonesia has to go back to LNs because they just tried to veer out of it to see what they can do, and they lost the pick. So I think either WWW or Goddess has to come out here.
I feel Goddess might be a bit more favorable here. Just based on the styling, just something to really throw Japan off their game. Definitely taking their time here. Want to make sure they get this absolutely correct. You do not want to hand Japan another breakpoint in this situation. I mean, that or they can just go full Hail Mary, pick another hybrid. That's definitely on the table. Not what I feel like we would recommend, but I mean, they're the ones playing.
Yeah, I mean, and around this time when you really need to start getting momentum back, you do want to start having as much time as possible to talk with your teammates and get the right pickup.
Yeah, reminder, these teams do have a timeout if we wish to use it along with that 2-minute pick timer. So we've seen it come out before. Don't want to let this time elapse. When they do with WWW.
And back into the long notes. Makes sense. Gonna want to go back into what they were winning pretty handily before, and just trying to get that momentum back for themselves.
Yeah, definitely these LN picks showing to be a little bit longer compared to the rest of the pool, so a lot of time for the players to work with. The mirrors come out yet again, this time on the Indonesian side.
This time Suzuha being the odd one out without the mirror, as opposed to Ontepagasi, who was non-mirror for both of the other times we saw it.
Yeah, hand comfort can be a finicky thing, and it's good that it's available to the players to use as we dive into this map. A lot of dense patterns to chew through, and it looks like Indonesia's going to be able to eke out an advantage just based on the accuracy alone right now.
Just barely though. Suzuha with the highest accuracy in the lobby right now, beating out Ontepagasi by about 0.05 right now. And Exif and Koichi very close together right now, so this lead is going to be essentially nothing.
Yeah, this might come down to combo breaks. Who can hold their nerve, who can hold their full combo for the longest. But right now, Suzuha taking matters into their own hands. Highest accuracy in the lobby by 0.2% as we get into this tiny bit of a break section. Take some time to compose yourselves. That was a lot of LN to digest before diving right back into it.
Yeah, no misses so far from anyone. Look at it, everyone's pretty comfortable on this, but Japan with the accuracy lead is taking that advantage out right now, a third of the way through. But I do believe this gets harder as the map continues. So Japan's going to have to hold their grit together if they want to take this breakpoint yet again.
Yeah, composure comes into play here. It's one thing to play the map, it's another thing to perform it. Koichi finds the first drop in the lobby.
And that's going to be very good for Indonesia here. Look at that lead shrinking just a little bit as Koichi brings himself back up to 400 combo.
That was a very clean miss from their side. Still, both Japanese players holding higher accuracy than their Indonesian counterparts here. And that miss was very non-detrimental there. Japan still holding on to the lead as we get into the last third of the map. Another little bit of a break here. Becomes more about the coordination.
Oh yeah, this part was
up, and you feel
this part's very difficult. This part's really mean, but no one's having any major issues with it. No one finding any combo drops on that intro to this section, and everyone's staying around the same accuracy except Koichi, who dropped just a little bit down to the same place that Xif is now, and that lead is getting smaller now.
Yeah, those releases really took Koichi for a ride, dropping numerous amounts of 200. Sure, they didn't drop combo, but they dropped enough accuracy to give Indonesia a bit of a foothold now as we get into the last quarter. That being said, the density picks up, and you feel like that favors Japan here. They might be able to hold here. It's just imperative that Suzuha holds on to their full combo here, and Koichi doesn't find any more act drop.
Breaks need to start happening from Japan if Indonesia wants to take this pick, because it's slowly getting out of reach, even though... No, I don't want to say two full combos, but no, that's one full combo left on each side. And with that Ontempowsy break, we're coming up to the very end here. And it's looking harder and harder for Indonesia to take this pick back.
Oh boy, Japan on a long no pick against Indonesia, against all the odds. Indonesia heavily favored in this pick, but Suzuha and Koichi had something to say about it. They were tired of seeing the LN picks go Indonesia's way, and with Xif and Onta resetting their combos, another breakpoint for Japan here.
And a full combo for Suzuha. The only full combo in the lobby with insane accuracy. 978k, almost 979k.
Full 10,000 point gap against anybody else in the lobby, and that's what you want to see from somebody touted as the best player in your country, putting up performances like that. And Japan go up 5-2 now.
5-2 on their own pick, so they have full control over whether they're going to be able to bring it to match point for themselves. And we're seeing Electromagnetic Stealth Girl. We get the 4.5-minute Chameleon chart.
Oh my goodness. I think this is the first time we've seen it this weekend.
Let me actually double check that.
I know in the background we got corrected that Snooey has been picked and WWW has been picked, but I feel like I can say that this has not been picked yet.
Well, I just looked at the match feed, and Electromagnetic Stealth Girl has not been picked this weekend. It hasn't even been banned this weekend. It was ignored until this match.
Oh my god. The phalanx of the semifinals.
Well, Phalanx got banned a bunch. This didn't. This has been completely ignored until now.
Oh boy, and what a better time to pull it out. Japan with the opportunity to take it to match point if everything goes their way. This is, I think, outside of the tiebreaker, the longest pick in this pool. And we're going to see Rays coming in for Indonesia. But double swap.
I actually was slightly wrong because I typed it in wrong. But picked one other time, I should say.
Ah, okay.
Oh, two other times actually. Now I'm looking at it. Wow.
Must have been while we were asleep.
Actually, Indonesia was one of the other two matches that it was played in. So Indonesia's not played this twice.
Oh boy. Alrighty, so it looks like we're going to be seeing the double swap from Indonesia. Rays and Yanamon tagging back in here.
And yeah, it was also picked in South Korea, Philippines, which I didn't catch. But either way, third time this has been seen this weekend, and we'll be getting into the potential point to bring it to match point for Japan.
Yeah, and it looks like the players are ready. Diving into this very shortly. Give Bancho a second to sync up everything.
Yeah, and we'll be getting into one of the most stamina-intense maps that we've seen this tournament so far. A map that pretty much throws anything it can at you race-wise, and does it for 4.5 minutes. It's definitely not the kind of map you want to be seeing later on in a match, because you will already have been pretty tired, especially from these players, but Rays coming in to take over for Xif on this map. Suzuha finding a drop on this early rice section. Before the 400 combo, it was pretty clean, so it's not going to be that detrimental. I expect to see a lot of misses on this map.
Yeah, it's definitely long enough to warrant quite a couple of trades here. But right now, Indonesia with a very early advantage. And you would think that with this double swap from Indonesia, and as I say, that Yanaman does drop, maybe a bit fresher here. It was Exi and Anta playing most of the other picks, so...
Yeah, but on Japan's side, Suzuha and Koichi being the only two players who have been in on anything so far. Yanaman finding a lot of breaks here, giving Japan an early lead.
Yeah, these sweeps taking him for a bit of a ride there, still in that low 99% range. Koichi and Raze hanging on to their full combos here as we get into the second quarter. Right as I say that, Raze does drop.
Yeah, that's a combo reset for both of the Indonesian players. Mayanjo Koichi still holding on to the full combo, and Suzuha, other than that slip up in the beginning easy rice, has been holding on to the combo ever since. So this is looking very good for Japan, and there's another break from Suzuha, but Koichi still holding on to that full combo, and that accuracy advantage is huge for the side of Japan.
Yeah, despite those misses from Suzuha, still holding on to the highest accuracy in this lobby by a bit of a margin. His next closest competitor is his own teammate Koichi here, and as Indonesia continues to drop as we get into the second third of the map, this lead is growing for Japan. Koichi does finally find a miss, to be expected on a map like this, but right now the advantage is healthily in Japan's favor.
Yeah, that 99.2 being the lower of the two accuracies for Japan, but the highest of Indonesia being at 98.75. So there's a very significant accuracy advantage for Japan here. And there would have to be a meltdown. Like we're only halfway through, and you already need to be seeing a couple meltdowns from Japan to get this off to Indonesia's side.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, the combo advantage is in favor of Japan. Yanaman struggling a little bit on these stream sections. It's just a lot to take in. It's very easy to misread patterns like this, especially when you're already over 2 minutes into a map. It just feels agonizing as you try and get into the next section.
And it's slowly building up until the last third, and everyone's able to build up their combo to the 400 mark, but I expect a couple of those to start dropping. Well, I didn't mean right now, I meant when it got harder, but Raze does find a combo drop, and that's not going to do anything good for Indonesia here.
Yeah, you pre-ordered that cursed.
I sure did. I always pre-order them. I have the powers. But here we go, it looks like we're about to be getting into the ending section with some Jackson bursts. Raze finding another drop. Koichi finding a drop themselves for the trade. Suzuha and Yanaman holding the combos though, and Suzuha with the insane accuracy holding Japan up with the backup from Koichi, still being the second highest accuracy in the lobby.
Yeah, right now this lead, even though there's about a quarter of the map left, starting to feel a little insurmountable. There's still a minute of the map left. Suzuha finally joins the rest of the lobby in resetting their combo, but I feel like the damage has already been done. It would take a monumental collapse at this point from Japan to hand it back to Indonesia. And with these breaks from Indonesia being burst throughout, nobody able to build a combo, not really able to make inroads, and this lead is growing now for Japan. Sliver of map left.
Yeah, this is almost 100,000 points of lead in favor of Japan here, and with combo breaks constantly coming from pretty much everyone in the lobby except Suzuha, this is a fair point for Japan, and they're going to bring it to match point here. But Indonesia does have the pick. There is a long note pick. There are 2 hybrids left that they can go for, but they're going to need to win both of those. Well, probably not even both of those. They're going to need to win both of their picks and both of Japan's last picks in order to make it to just a tiebreaker to defend this. So they've got a hill in front of them.
A hill that could very quickly turn into a mountain if they make the wrong decision here. I mean, you said it best. There's 1 LN pick left, but you need 4 points to take this back to at least a tiebreaker here.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So we got Gadish, Fake, and Mushi no Suma being pretty much the only viable picks for Indonesia here.
Oh, and they're gonna go Fake
is coming out. They don't want to go with that Gadish after being beaten on WWW by Japan here. And I think that makes sense. Like I said, I think Fake 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 might be one of the more difficult of the maps in the pool in general, and it's a big reading test from what I've seen.
Yeah, definitely.
On top of being physically difficult in the first place, but the reading is also there, which we haven't seen the same of in a lot of these picks.
Yeah. And it looks like we're going to see quite a full lobby swap. Lulu M coming in here for Japan, making a cameo appearance.
Suzuha staying in as well, but Onta Bakasi coming back in for Indonesia, and it looks like Ray's maybe staying in. Oh, no, Suzuha's leaving.
You feel like a collective sigh of relief anytime Suzuha's name
but
appears.
He's back. He's back.
A little bit of lobby hopping. Want to make sure everything's right. Maybe they were just checking some settings, making sure they had their mods right. Maybe scroll speed also. We have seen instances where players forget. But it looks like these are going to be the rosters for both sides. Oh, and as I say that, Race does tag out. We're going to see Yanaman.
Yeah, so I assume these are going to be the teams we're looking at: Lulu M and Suzuha for Japan, and then Yanaman and Onta Bakasi for Indonesia. The last chances for Indonesia coming up right here to stay back in this match and to stay in the tournament. But Japan just needs one more point to secure top 6 for MWC 2022.
Alrighty, let's see what happens. Backs against the wall for Indonesia. Definitely gonna have to put out some monstrous performance from here on out to keep their tournament hopes alive. But they gotta win this pick first. And as we get into it, relatively even across the board. Lulu M trailing just a tiny bit behind in the accuracy, but it is very early on in the map. They do find a couple of breaks though.
That's going to give an early lead for Indonesia here, but Yanaman and Lulu M trade it back again. Probably going to be pretty good for Japan there, since Lulu M was still building up their combo. So now they're both trying to get back into that 400 as they get closer to the first chorus, but Suzuha and Onta Bakasi had about the same accuracies, and Lulu M finding another couple of breaks is going to give Indonesia quite the advantage going into this chorus.
Yeah, it looks like going into this chorus, Lulu having a bit of an issue reading some of these patterns, dropping down to 97%, full 2% behind everybody else in the lobby. Gonna give Indonesia quite a healthy lead here. Gonna take a couple of misses from Indonesia to give Japan a foothold in this one, going to the second third of the map. Oh, but Onta's gone now. There's both full combos gone, and Suzuha trades that back. No harm, no foul there. Combo resets. Yanaman highest in the lobby now. And right now the lead about 20,000 now for Indonesia as we get into the second third of the map.
Yeah, and that lead for Indonesia is growing steadily as Suzuha and Lulu M both having dropped the full combo. I believe Yanaman now the only full combo left. Well, no, Yanaman doesn't have that. Highest combo, not a full combo, so no full combos on the board.
Yeah, very hard to full combo maps like this. Very tricky, I think the releases are really what make this map very hard, as we see Lulu M continue to struggle here as we get into the back half of the map. The Rice interspersed with all these tricky LM releases, proving to be a little hard to handle here. But that only helps Indonesia in their efforts to stay in this match. Third of the map left now, very healthy lead. And now you start to wonder if maybe going with Hybrid 1 very early on might have been a bit of a mispick. This one definitely working out a lot better in Indonesia's favor. Last quarter of the map, and right now it's looking like Indonesia's going to be able to hang on here. Very good performances.
Safe for them. Big combos from both Yanaman and Onta, as Yanaman does drop that 4,000 combo, but they did their job, got that big combo and got them that lead. Onta Bakasi also not trading, bringing that combo reset here with both of the Japanese players holding on to theirs, but the lead is so massive that's not really going to mean anything unless there are some larger drops here.
Yeah, full meltdown mode would be needed, but it doesn't look like Indonesia's going to be delivering that. Only a sliver of map left, and it looks like Indonesia's going to be able to stay alive for at least one more map. The unfortunate thing is that it is going to be Japan's pick, and you would imagine that they're going to immediately dive back into the rice here. As we finish it, trades across the board. Those only help Indonesia in this context. And Indonesia stays alive, 6-3 now.
Yeah, but Japan with the pick here can pretty much lock this out if they perform well on their own pick.
I mean, you would imagine something like Shooten coming out here. No real need to chance something like Robert. I mean, you could.
You could. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad pick, I don't think, for Japan. They've
No.
been pretty dominant on every single rice pick thus far.
Yeah, it's just a matter of what they feel comfortable playing, what they feel is more fun.
Yeah, do they want to go with all over the place disgusting tech by Jinjin, or do they want to go with fast chord stream? Because regardless of what happens, they have 2 picks left.
Yes.
So they can pick both rice picks eventually.
Yeah, definitely pick of the litter moment here. But they are taking their time here, probably just discussing what they feel like playing more. And it looks like there's gonna be Shooten. Gonna end it off with some 2U here. Japan hopes to, at least. And it looks like we are gonna see the quintessential lineup for Japan, My Angel Koichi and Suzuha tagging back in. Going up against Anta and Yanaman. As the players sort out some last second logistics. Like I said, want to make sure you have all your settings absolutely correct before you dive into a map like this. When the context of it is match point for Japan, so
Indonesia needs to win it to stay alive, and then they need to win 2 more just to go to tiebreaker. So again, that hill is still there. They still need to start climbing, especially with the fact that there are 2 Japan picks left before they can even take that tiebreaker.
yeah, the important thing is that they've started on the right path. They've taken their pick, which was the most important thing. You didn't want to end it on a break point, but now tall order here. Gotta play a rice
especially
pick.
with Koichi coming back in for the rice here. Him along with Suzuha has been very dominant this entire round. But here we go. Yanaman and Onta Bakasi's making a potential last stand against Japan, and an early miss from Suzuha before the 100, even the 100 combo mark. So not the worst place to miss yet again, but that is going to give a small lead to Indonesia for this early section.
Yeah, but that being said, the accuracy dip that Suzuha took also might be a little worrying there. He is climbing though. Gotta make quick work in catching back up with the rest of the lobby as we get into this next section. And as I say that, already caught up.
These accuracies are quite close together, but Suzuha, having been building up for a while now, will probably eclipse the accuracies of both of the Indonesian players soon, and that will end up making that lead shrink just a little bit, even though it's still so close 1/4 of the way through.
Yeah, right now Indonesia holding on to this very narrow advantage as we get into the second third of the map. The quarter stream gets dense again, and Anta finds the next break, and that's going to immediately hand the lead over to Japan here. Oh, but Koichi trades it back, and there go the full combos for Japan, but Anta struggling a little bit here. Accuracy dipping well below the rest of the lobby here.
Yeah, and finding a couple of breaks in here with Yanaman really holding it together for Indonesia here, but that lead for Japan has increased with Suzuha being able to combo through with them. And Anta continuing to find breaks after Koichi hit that 400 combo, so that lead is going to start growing exponentially for Japan. but that miss from Koichi is going to help just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Gonna definitely keep it within striking distance as we get into the last third. We have seen on this pick in particular some very wild swings at the very end of the map. It just starts throwing everything at you, and we've seen some pretty disastrous misreads. Hopefully it doesn't happen to Japan. This is quite a healthy advantage that they've built up. Last quarter of the map now, and Anta with that miss gonna help solidify that lead a little bit.
Looking harder and harder for Indonesia to be taking this point back. Koichi does drop and give a little bit of leeway for the Indonesian side, but approaching the very end of this map here, and it's looking like Japan is going to be able to protect their own pick and potentially win this match right at the end of this point.
Yeah, Collapse will need to come fast, and it doesn't look like it's going to come anytime soon. Last sliver of map left. A very healthy advantage for Japan here. No combos left on the side of Indonesia. Koichi does drop, but with Suzuha taking the mantle for Japan here.
Yeah, with just that one break right at the very start, it looks like Suzuha is going to have a reverse choke and carry Japan to losers finals. And that's going to be it for the losers bracket match here.
7-3 to Japan. A very hard fought battle for Indonesia, unfortunately coming up just a little bit short, getting knocked out in the semifinals second round. Hats off to all the players. Very well played from everybody.
And with that, Indonesia will be knocked out in the top 8 position for the 7-key World Cup. As I said, Japan will move on to losers finals for next weekend. And that is actually the conclusion of all of the matches for this weekend. Congratulations to Japan for moving on. Amazing job to Indonesia for this entire tournament. Performed absolutely insane.
Yeah, commiserations to all the teams that were knocked out this weekend, but congratulations to all the ones that are making it to finals. And with that being said, Toph, we have a map pool showcase coming up soon.
Yeah, we sure do. We will have the finals map pool showcase coming around in about 10 to 15 minutes. We'll be keeping the stream on as we get it prepared, and we'll be switching out the commentators for the map pool showcase commentators. But we can take a look at the bracket right here. We got Korea and Malaysia in winners finals. Both of those two teams guaranteeing themselves top 3 spots and a spot in the grand finals weekend. And then next weekend in the losers bracket, we have Philippines versus Japan for one of the losers matches, and China versus Thailand for the other. And the winner of those two will face each other for a chance at top 3 to join South Korea and Malaysia.
Absolutely fantastic. You don't want to miss any of those matches. And Toph, you did say we had about a 10 to 15 minute break. What can people watching do in the meantime?
Yeah, I mean, I think we asked each other this last time, but I do believe you mentioned that in the OSU store there are banners you can buy to support your teams while we wait for the finals map pool showcase to be prepared and for the commentators to join up. So go to the OSU store, buy your banners, support your favorite teams, support the tournament. You can even support the teams that have been knocked out of the tournament already. But make sure to go and support whoever you want to win the tournament. And if you support the winning team, you get to keep your banner for an extra amount of time. But is there anything else that you want to say before we sign off and let the preparation for the map pool showcase begin?
Nope, I think you took the words right out of my mouth with that banner ad. Well, with that being said, I've been Sparky. I've been Toph.
Yeah, I've been Toph. We'll be seeing you guys in about 10 to 15 minutes for the showcase. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys later.
make you fall from the dreamy skies. Suddenly the deepness can't get through. Realize I'll fall along with you, and we're looking into cold green eyes.
Eat Ross.
Greetings, user. Neural link established. Ready for takeoff.
Okay, welcome back, chat. I am Jinjin, and I have here with me Evening, and we will be doing the finals map pool showcase of this tournament. So, how are you doing, Evening?
I just woke up. It's coffee time. It is coffee time every day. I mean, every time, every hour.
Coffee is always nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so anxious and I'm drinking coffee. It's not good. But
It's not
whatever.
good at all.
It's not good. Don't do that.
In case the chat's wondering, it's midnight, almost midnight for both of us here. So Anyways, we should be sleeping. But anyways, this finals map pool. Oh, okay. This finals map pool may be the most difficult map pool that the Mania World Cup has ever had in history. So, yeah, we're going to be seeing some really difficult maps.
It is like it's hard to say how difficult it's gonna be. It's I don't know, like 2 dans above what I would expect from a finals map pool, really. Just for perspective, I do 96 on semifinals, 96%, and I do 92% on finals. So that is a 1 dan jump. And for finals, let's not talk about that. I almost fail everything. Okay.
Yep.
This is a fun map pool to showcase. We have always been just looking at players, their performances during the matches, and we adjust the map pool according to that. So if you do too well, watch out. Yep.
And with that, I guess we can get to the first map of the finals map pool. Would you like to introduce us to the first map?
Okay, so oh my goodness, I just woke up. Now this one is the chord stream speed map. That means it is high BPM, but it is also chord stream. That means we have very low density, and you're just going to go for these very, very fast rolls. But all these chords are going to be like 2-note chords, 3-note chords. So these are actually quite simple if you have them on low BPM. But unfortunately, this is 260. So I forgot what was the previous BPM, Jin?
Oh yeah, the semifinals map pool. What was it? It was Shuten, right? That was 235, but now we have increased the BPM by 25 and we're up to 260.
It's a ridiculous jump, really. Like if you have played BMS, you know that just a 5 BPM jump is absolutely it destroys your score. And we have here something very light, but it's definitely very fast. A lot of this difficulty comes from the transitions. A lot of these anchors, you really have to be able to control all of these transitions and rolls in the directions. And oh my goodness, it's gonna be a lot of misses, definitely. Just gonna be a lot of misses.
Talking about the anchors in this, at this BPM, it's basically going to be 130 BPM jacks, honestly. So that is quite difficult.
Yeah, it's what was it? Semifinals was 130 BPM jacks on the chord jack pick already. So we are really ramping this up. So not only you're dealing with speed, you're dealing with a chord jack section also. Now, furthermore, this map, it has a guitar solo section that connects with oh my goodness. Yeah, here's the guitar solo.
Yeah. The solo is extremely dense compared to the rest of the map. We have a little bit of a break section here. But it's also worth noting that this map is actually on the easier side of the Rice map pools that we'll be seeing.
Yes, this is the easier ones. I don't know what else to say. It is really the easiest. This is one of my highest scores out of the pool, which is something to say, I guess. 7 key is ridiculous.
I'm actually surprised that you're keeping almost a 97% here.
Oh, that's what happens if I FC a map. That's 97% my FC cap.
Typical evening accuracy moment.
just combo the whole thing. Honestly, if you can combo this, it is a big advantage because this map just relies on your opponents missing, really, on the transitions. And obviously, if they miss, you're likely going to miss. So this is, I would say, a risky pick if you're not good at jacks and transitions, but definitely something that you can really throw to those who aren't that good at jacks.
Yeah, so we'll see a lot of Rice-focused teams picking this map. And
okay, so that's with that, and next, your turn.
so that was the first map. Moving on to the second map, will be Zai's Bad Elixir by Exif, which is a familiar name because this mapper was also part of Team Indonesia in this year's MWC. So this map is our LN density pick, and it's going to feature dense LN streams throughout. And as you can see already, we have a lot of dense quasi-inverted sections. This map features 2 main dense sections in each half of the map with a break in the middle. So this is going to be the first dense section of this song.
This map is LN density. That means it's supposed to be easier for the Rise players to play this, and I can say that it is definitely easier compared to the other LNs, but when I say easier, I mean like I get 88 on this, so 88%. Almost failed, so this is, oh my goodness, absolutely ridiculous in density.
Actually, if you look at the map description, the description of this map, it says that this map is Gamma LN Dan in terms of difficulty. So yes, we have jumped up to Gamma Dans in terms of difficulty now for the finals map pool.
We have reached the point where we run out of numbers, so we are going for the letters now. So I was wondering, right, if this is Gamma Dan, are there any maps on the Azimuth Dan?
I wonder. Well, but then even then, Azimuth is quite a big step up from Gamma. So, but then we'll see how maybe once the tiebreaker rolls out. But we'll see what happens then.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens after that.
Right now, but yeah. Anyways, and yeah, it's worth noting that this is actually quite a short map at 2 minutes. So we have already reached the end of the map here.
Ah, that was quick. So yeah, next map. Next map. Anyone play Maple Story?
Oh my god.
Sakuzio Toys 3-Minute War by Kawawa. Looking for Ludibrium PQ at 195. This is chord streams at 195. That means, well, dense chord streams. So it's very, very, I would say, thick chord streams at 195. Definitely one of the more stamina-intensive picks. You really have to understand where the breaks are because you overexert yourself too much during all these solos, and you will definitely tire yourself out even before you get to the ending. So this is something that you really need to practice. Even though this is a staple pick, this is kind of dangerous. I don't want to say this, but this has mind-blocking sections. So please don't.
Oh yeah, mind
play
blocks
this too
are
much.
always.
Also,
mind blocks are always scary.
the mind blocks, they are the same on Mirror, so there's no escape. Once I say it, someone's gonna mind block it and it's gonna blame me. But that's
I do see a
unfortunate. I
lot.
said it.
I do see a lot of symmetrical patterns here. So yeah, I guess mirrors won't help at all. So, anyways, yeah.
This is the easiest, right? This is the easiest Rise pick.
Oh yeah, it is. If you are really good with chord streams at this level of BPM 195, so this is going to be 15 BPMs above the previous pick, Revixie, which was in the semifinals chord stream pick at 180 BPM. And yeah, this it should be noted that because it is a dense chord stream, as with all the nature of how the dense chord stream maps work, with a length of below 3 minutes, this map still has a note count of almost 5,000 notes.
Wait, it's 5,000? That's a lot, really.
Has, I think, I forgot the exact amount, but it's around 4,800 or something like that.
Wow, that is actually quite a lot. And this is much more stamina intensive than Revixie. The breaks, there's only like one major break in the middle and then it just keeps on going. Whereas Revixie, there's quite a lot of breaks actually. This is just unrelenting, really.
Yeah, players are gonna have to look out for their stamina, definitely. But I don't see this getting banned that much because of the consistency teams will picked this right out of the box. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's more things to ban.
We'll get to that later. Yeah, we'll see later in the pools what we are talking about. But anyways, with the end of this map, we'll be moving on to the fourth map, which is going to be Kama by Camellia, and this is our Liju map, map by Liju. Liju 7K Siphoning Souls plus difficulty. So this is a custom buffed up difficulty just for the Mania World Cup. This is going to be our first hybrid pick of this map pool. It has this even though this is a hybrid pick, it's kind of worth noting that this map is very mixed rice-esque, but with a lot of LN difficulty added to it. And yeah, you can see here we have a lot of short long notes sprinkled here and there.
Yeah, shoutouts to Rocco for this replay. Insane replay, by the way.
Yeah, 97% on this is insane, actually, because this is actually quite difficult. We have both played this map, and it didn't bode well.
It's the second hardest hybrid, if I'm not wrong, anyways. Even though you see there's a lot of LNs in here, it's really not that difficult in terms of LNs. You really are looking for these mixed rice and everything just coming at you. It's not much of coordination, it's a lot more reading and density, and trying to keep it up. You know, there's a lot of stamina aspects going on here too. So, I mean, this map is 4 minutes 30. One of the longest maps, actually. I say one of the, so... yeah, something to ban, something else to ban, really.
Yeah, compared to the semifinals map pool, actually we have decreased the number of longer types of maps, so many of the maps are actually less than 3 minutes this time around, but then the longer maps that exist here in this map pool are significantly longer. So we actually have more 4-minute maps than compared to the semifinals, but yeah, this is going to be one of them. And here we are in the hard base part, the hard base section, which is actually mapped by tourney, I think.
Yeah, so this kind of hybrid maps, not too sure which teams will really pick them. It's kind of like an odd pick, because you will want to take advantage of your opponent, but some teams, if I'm not wrong, they actually went for the hybrids, which is kind of odd. Not too sure what's the strategy, but I think hybrids generally are much harder than the Rise and the LNs. I'm not too sure what's the Dan for this, but it's definitely, I would say 10? 10 to Gamma?
Yeah, it's probably between that. And yeah, even though this hybrid pick may look pretty difficult, yeah, I guess Rice players will find this to be on the easier side as a hybrid pick compared to the people who main long notes, because the long note difficulty, even though it does show here that the long note difficulty cannot be ignored, it is still on the easier side compared to the actual long note picks that we have.
Yeah, so this is, I would say, a risky pick. If you are, I mean, you can't really tell because I think it's 50-50 on this. And a lot of the difficulty comes in the transitions. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, those those delay rolls are pretty difficult. And we have some mini jacks here too.
Yeah, it's kind of testing really just everything. This is, I'm not too sure who would pick this, but this is such a nice song and a nice map. It's so well balanced. So this is a good pick if you are not sure what to pick and you know that you're good at everything compared to the other team, really. This is quite a safe pick if you are confident in just everything.
Yeah, this ending section is actually quite difficult with the upgraded patterns, and you can see these long notes and intrusive jack patterns too. It's it just has everything.
Rocco destroying this, okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Rocco is actually just ET.
Shoutouts to Blocko, by the way. Is Blocko in chat?
I have no idea, but it's always good to mention ET Blocko anywhere.
Oh yeah, next map. Another Legion map. This is gonna be fun. This is one of my favorite songs actually, recently. Alice in Reitoku. This is, what's the different name again? Oh, this is long. Leiju 7K Tourney in Freezer. Shoutouts to Tourney in the Freezer. NWC Cut Edit. So this is a very short version of Mary's vocal cover. So this LNs. But even though this is LNs, I actually do quite well on this. This is very, very comfortable LNs and it is a very nice map to play. This is map by Leiju. I think I did say that already. This is a nice song.
It is indeed a nice song and a nice map. Classic, simple LN patterns. And as you can see here, the density is quite there too. So for some players, this may kind of feel like an LN density pick at some points, as some patterns like this part is quite dense.
Yeah, this is, I would say, a safe pick for LN teams. It is like, I think, one of the go-to picks that LN teams will definitely go for, and Rise teams would not ban this because they are something else. There is something else up ahead that I would definitely ban. No offense though, no offense. It's just absolutely difficult.
Okay, yeah. Anyways, getting back into this map. So being the mixed LN pick, the previous map pool, I mean, it was almost everyone's favorite map to play, but G-Friend's Time for the Moon Night was the semifinals pick for the LN mixed pick. And so this is definitely a step upgrade from that map.
Oh yeah, everyone's favorite? Humble brag? Okay.
It got picked in most of the matches, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just stop. But yeah, this is definitely something that many would pick. I would say like, let me just estimate 100% pick for this.
Oh, I could definitely see this being, in the upper range of pick rates. Definitely one of the highest, if not the highest.
Shoutouts to Penguinosity for... Wait, who played this?
Oh wait, no, this is not this is Stubborn Man. Yeah, Stubborn Man just choosing random nicknames. You saw him as the Korean kid last time when playing...
Shoutouts to Penguinosity anyways.
And also shoutouts to a belated shoutout to the Korean kid. Anyways, with that, the fifth map is done, and so we go to my map. This is Rokina's Kimi to Boku no Sosoka, the Requiem difficulty. This is going to be the speed stream pick, and shoutouts to any players in the BMS community, because this song, well, it's infamous in the BMS community as being one of the hardest charts in the Kaiden Dan course.
This is horrible.
Yeah. So this map is going to be mainly delay patterns of various speeds. Using various snaps, actually, I used quite a lot of different snaps here, ranging from 1/5 to 1/8. So the speed element ranges from 220 BPM streams all the way up to 440 BPM streams. So considering that the last map in the semifinals, the Sea of Quarks was 300 BPM starry streams, we have gone almost 100 BPM above to 440. So some parts are definitely going to be a lot harder.
Yeah, this is easier than the Kaiden one, definitely. This is, I would say, a much better version. It doesn't have those anchors, really. Oh god, those anchors. Yeah, this is, I would say, a good pick, really. I don't think anyone would really ban this. It's speed streams. I mean, unless you're really bad at it, I guess this is a very niche skill set to ban, though.
And even though the speed is extremely fast, I did kind of make the patterns to be a bit more comfortable to hit to make up for the speed. So some players may be able to manip through the streams.
Oh god, the 7K manip gang, okay.
Yeah, shoutouts to Silly Fangirl.
Shoutouts to Silly. But this is the easier ones. The notes say this is one of the easier maps. Okay, so have we set any maps that are hard? No, not really, right?
I think the harder maps are reserved for later, but we'll be going into those, I guess, in the later parts of the map pool showcase.
This is gonna be fun. We're coming to the end here. Oh, Jack map.
Oh, and fun fact, this map has exactly 3,333 notes.
And it's 666?
Oh yeah, 6.66 star rating.
Wow,
Everything's divisible by 3.
Alright. Okay, next one, Fractal. Actually, I didn't play this much, but oh my goodness, this is difficult. Let me see what I wrote for my notes. I just woke up, sorry. This is the second hardest for Rice teams. I can vouch for the Rice teams that this is the second hardest. First hardest, let's wait. So if you want to ban this, let's just wait. This is LN coordination, and I can tell you this is so much LNs. I just go blind from this. But this is a nice song. We really like to pick nice songs for these, huh?
They're
Just
very
so
nice
calming.
songs. Yeah, it's just calming, but then the map isn't.
Alright, for the next pool, we're gonna put Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yes, and it will be 15 stars. Vibro moment. But anyways, back to this map. Actually, it might be interesting to point out that some of the LN based teams may actually have an easier time with this because of the density of this map being a bit higher than the previous pools. This may actually help with their reading a bit. So some long note based players might actually have an easier time playing this compared to the other difficulties in this pool.
The previous map was Violet Perfume for coordination, I think.
Oh yeah, so it is definitely a step up from that map. Oh yeah, that was a short map.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
That was such a short map. Okay, but with that, next map is going to be quite interesting. This is going to be, once the map transition happens, the next map is Junk Life is Piano.
Life is Piano. Okay, let's not talk about how many first the storyboard will show.
Okay, yeah. So this is actually a collab map, as you can see from the difficulty name. Life is Collaboo. But this is going to be our Rice Chord Jack pick at 136 BPM. So it's just Chord Jacks. That's the end of the story. Chord Jacks.
Yeah, Chord Jacks. Okay. So well, I mean, there's more than Chord Jacks, really. This is, I would say, more technical than my Shimmer Jasmine Tea Girl map. It has both technical and dense parts. So even though some sections are a little bit lighter, those lighter sections are actually more tricky to transition. Oh, here we go.
Oh boy, here we go. Let's see who collabed on this map. How many people is that? 8 people? 8 collabers in this 2-minute song?
Okay, fun fact. Actually, should I say that? Fun fact. One collaborator joined after Mango released the poll. So, those survivors in the MWC channel. That's your little short story. So this is actually 8 people in the collab.
Oh, and as we come to the ending section here, is there something that you want to point out about the ending pattern?
Oh no, is someone a bit sus? I believe Jin's a bit sus.
You think?
Oh god, this is horrible to say.
Oh my god. Okay, but we'll see. At this section, we're going to be seeing... Wait for it. Oh boy.
I put a Mongoose pattern.
Actually a Chord Jack in the shape of the imposter. from Among Us. Shoutouts to Among Us.
Shoutouts to Imposter Among Us. We take MWC really seriously here.
Yeah.
Wait, so whose turn is this? It's my turn.
Yeah.
My turn. Oh, this is the meme song. Oh, my goodness. Okay, what should I say about this? I think most of you really like this song. I played this like once. Oh my god, this is so long. But this is, I would say, a very safe pick. If you're good at LNs. I mean, if you're good at everything, really. This is kind of balancing out everything. Lots of coordination also. But the length, my god, it's so tiring. I don't know what else to say about this. I mean, it's Gunjo, so please enjoy the song.
Yeah, we're not gonna commentate this time because the song is amazing.
Oh wait, this is gonna get us muted.
No, just kidding. But anyways,
yeah. Anyways,
evening cover.
Evening cover. No, I don't know how to sing this. I don't even know the memes.
I actually didn't know there were memes involved with this song.
Oh, it's always one guy screaming and then just transitions to the song. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I can visualize that in my head, even though I've never seen it.
Oh my god, we're only quarter of the way through. What else are we gonna say?
So,
how's
this
your day?
is going to. I guess my day was pretty nice. Oh yeah, I think the lyrics of this map has to do something about like some days and stuff. So like the middle. I don't know, there's part of the lyrics go something like morning in Shibuya or something. But anyways,
we're just filling in, quickly filling in. I mean, if you're hearing this and you're wondering why are we saying so many things that don't relate to the map, I'm sorry, it just has to happen. So, who would ban this? I don't know.
This is going to be a sort of a risky pick if accuracy isn't your forte, being an LN release pick. And because this is OD7, you're going to need to have that accuracy with you to get that extremely high accuracy. So I'd say that this map is actually quite on the easy side to get on S on. But in order to get an extremely high score for those higher tier teams, you are going to need that extreme focus when you're playing this map.
Yeah, this map really drags on. So even if you miss once, it's fine, I would say. Because definitely you're gonna miss somewhere else. Unless you're a Lost Cool. Shoutouts to Lost Cool for FCing that G-Friend map. What is that?
Oh, you also gotta shout out many others for that. I think Chibi also full compoed it. And I think there was either YZ or Dress Up. I think it was YZ, yeah, during the South Korea match. But yeah, we've seen many people full combo that.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you do too well, we are gonna just ramp the difficulty up. So here we go.
Yeah.
I mean, this is still relatively easy, right? So
yeah, but relatively easy to S, but not relatively easy to get a good accuracy on. And this ending is actually the hardest part. Yeah, we have the LN snaps are just everywhere here, as you can see, and it also got like twice denser than before. But this course is a banger.
Yeah, a nice song. Please don't mute us. Oh my god, the inverse shields. Oh god.
Are quite tight in this too.
Alright. Oh my god, that was a long song.
And one miss. Shoutouts to Kim Gotsi. But with that, we are on the next pick, the 10th pick of this map pool. Extra Happy, map by Lenpai. This is actually going to be one of the harder rice picks, so we're finally going into those harder picks of this pool. This is at 250 BPM, and this is going to be our rice mixed pick. Interestingly, even though this is our rice mixed pick, because of the sheer fast 250 BPM nature of this song, this actually kind of feels like a slight tech map. As you can see here, Yeah, it's going to be a really risky pick for many teams.
Yeah, unless you can do those transitions really comfortably, you would miss a lot. This map is going to be based on if you actually can combo the whole thing. Not too much of an accuracy, but if you can combo it, because if you miss once, you're gonna CD rush the whole thing. I can guarantee you that. So you really have to keep up with the 250. Wow, this is actually, wait, is this on a down rate? 250?
It's on a down rate. I think the original song is 260 BPM. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, this is down rated because the original BPM was too difficult.
Yeah, it is actually quite difficult. The first section I would say is more difficult on the transitions. The second part is more difficult on the speed parts. A lot more dense, but a lot more comfortable. Okay, relatively anyways. Missing a lot.
And
So
this
you
is
can
also...
see,
Yeah, also one of the short picks of this map at being at 1 minute and 40 seconds, so we're already at the end of the map.
Yeah, that was quick. Okay, next map. Okay, we have Noah, Breakdown. This is such a chaotic song, really. Oh yeah, this song just goes into it. When I mean go into it, I mean really just go into it. There's only one break, but that's like one measure. You will see where... Actually, you might not even see it, it's just one measure. This is one of the hardest. Actually, I think this is the hardest hybrid, if I'm not wrong, right? So this is a super risky pick if you are just drained from all these maps. But safest pick if you know that the opponent is drained. So the hardest hybrid, I would say. Would you ban this? I mean, not really, because there are niche maps to ban that we haven't gone
Did you just see those 290 BPM jump trills?
Oh wow, it reminds me of a certain map.
Yeah, this map is 290 BPM, so you're seeing 290 BPM streams here.
Yeah, all of these 1/4, all 290 is so fast that you wouldn't really even feel the rhythm. I mean, I don't think I hear the rhythm in the song. It's so ridiculously fast. Oh my god, 10 sections.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to TKK.
Again.
What is this?
So, just to give an idea of how difficult this map pool is, this TKK replay was sent in by Ela, or the stupid man, and he's one of the top players in Osmania, so him getting below 98% on this just shows how the sheer difficulty of this finals map pool.
Oh yeah, did anyone see the break? I didn't see it. Yeah, that's how short the break was.
And with that, we're
Yeah.
at the end of the miss. Yeah, so another short map we have here. But with that, that was the next map is going to be Angel Salad, Katagiri. I think this is our our second Kawawa map, and this is going to be our tech map of this pool. So goodbye, Igor or Robert. We have Angel Salad this time. It's actually kind of funny considering that Igor's last map kind of sounded very devilish, and this is an angel map.
Oh, this is, I would say, very different from Igor. Yeah, Igor has a lot more, like, I would say, biased patterns onto the left and right hands. This is very balanced, that it's complex on both hands. And even though this is short, this is so stamina intensive because you gotta switch between the mini jacks, the rolls, the chords, and there's your break, and there's no more break. This is hard. This is definitely one of the risky picks, even if you're even if you are a Rise team.
But even though it is much more dense compared to what Robert was in the semifinals map pool, this surprisingly is somewhat more comfortable to hit at some sections. So in terms of accuracy, some players, or combo to say the least, some players will be able to do a bit more. I guess they will be more confident in this pick compared to Robert. But yeah, it is, the density makes up for it.
Yep, so first half was more technical, second half is technical plus density, but it is shorter, but it just comes at you. Just ridiculously fast and just heavy patterns all around, my goodness.
I'm actually
so
surprised I'm actually surprised that this song is only 177 BPM. It doesn't sound like one at all.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
We are getting to a point where I don't really know like where the notes are by just watching a 30 FPS stream here. So many notes are already ghosted.
Oh man, but with that you
so,
can...
Yep, this map. BMS teams, yeah. Yeah. I played this and I got 80. I think I failed actually, so that's not even 80. Fun. This is such a calming song, and you know what's up with calming songs. This is mapped by Kim God. So, I mean, if you give a top player a request to map an easy song, this is what happens.
Also worth noting that this is going to be one of the longer picks. And did you notice that the player who played this?
Oh no, Percy. Percy is cheating? Who's Percy?
I don't know. What could that be? I have no idea what that is, and I'm certainly not using one myself.
Oh my god, these parents. Oh yeah, these parents, easier. Really. Like, apparently Kim God said that, oh, this is fine. This is really just okay. We're not at the hard part yet. I was taken aback when I was playing this. You know, I was getting like 88 on this section. I was pretty happy. But yeah. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when you give Kim God the opportunity to map something like this. And I would say this would be okay if I were a LM main, because this is Gamma in difficulty according to Kim. So yeah. Oh yeah, the front part wasn't Gamma. The second part, let's see about that.
It has been a long time since I've played this map, so I forgot how the pattern goes. But we're definitely at the easier section right now.
Yeah, let me just remind you of one word, it's just Jax.
Oh man, we're in for a treat, I guess. So being an Ellen wildcard, I mean, remember Goddish? This is the upgrade version of that, so...
Oh my god. Oh yeah, not the hard part yet.
Yeah, I'm just seeing shields everywhere. Are we gonna be seeing reverse shields? Oh man.
Oh, okay.
Okay there. Oh.
Okay. Someone can slow down the footage and try to play it. I think if you play on halftime, it's harder.
Yeah, it's probably harder, honestly, because at that BPM, this is probably gonna be like a combination of LN coordination and wildcard.
Oh my god! Wait, how fast? 120 Jax, and you have to do inverses. You have to do shields. You have to do what? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice song, huh? Very calming.
And also very long, so this is going to be emotionally taxing for many players too, because there's so many places to mess up, and so many places where you can also miss like that. Just at a snap, you can just miss. And
what's going on? I don't think anyone can FC this. That's my guess.
We'll
Someone
see.
prove me wrong.
But yeah, with that, we come to the ending of this map, and looks like we also have another commentator that wants to join us. But we're going to let that person join with the introduction of the next map.
Wait, what? Oh. Oh no.
The next map. Oh man, what is this? And who is here with us? Hello, Mint. Would you like to introduce this map with us?
I love this song. This is my favorite song. I woke up for this song. This is my favorite song.
Oh god, okay.
Okay, so yep, we have Banana Man, my map again. So this is actually not the difficulty that was in the original Gamadan. This is the 2022 remastered version of this. So the star rating of this map has gone up to over 10 stars. So this is the first 10-star map that we see in this map pool. And
In
yeah,
MWC?
in this year's MWC at least.
Oh,
So we see many chaotic patterns here. All the snaps are just everywhere. Yeah, the snaps have no patterns whatsoever. It's just that blah blah kind of
guys,
Moon Knight.
live mapping.
Did you see that Full Moon Night reference? But yeah, anyways, this map is actually surprisingly on the easier side of the hybrid. So this is the hybrid pick, but this is going to be the easiest of the hybrid picks if you are mainly Rice focused. But coming to the last third of the map, this is going to be where the densest part of the maps are, so we're going to be seeing quite a lot of difficult patterns here.
Oh god, I shouldn't be awake. What is this?
Yeah, so I don't think this is gonna get banned because it's not that difficult, surprisingly, but we'll see.
Yeah, ban this.
Evening wants this banned. But yeah, so
Please
this
ban
was
this.
the second to
Personally,
last.
I would ban the next map.
Bruh,
So
this is my map. I mean, if you can if you ban it, I don't mind. It's really hard. This is the hardest, one of the hardest, anyways. Rice picks. This cycles through jacks, tech, rolls, and everything, really. So I can understand if you ban this. One of the hardest one and one of the more stamina intensive ones. So there are, I believe, there's not really much sections to this. Most of these patterns, they kind of blend together, especially the jack, speed, and tech. I think most of the patterns you see here would be a clear blend of all of these, but it is clear that the first half would be more jack oriented and the second half would be less jack oriented with a lot more delay streams. So I guess this will be a safe pick if you're a Rice team. I made it such that it's super comfortable, but some might disagree. Oh, jacks. Yep.
this actually kind of reminds me of Phalanx a bit. It almost kind of looks like a very beefed up version of Phalanx.
Yeah, it is. Phalanx with jacks, a lot more jacks, really. So feel free to ban this. I know a lot of you don't like speed.
So
Oh yeah, 4 no jacks. Okay, yep. I put that there. I said it was okay. I just did that. Hey, we're entering the Psytrance section of this. That means jacks again. Right, we will see speed later.
we should probably just
Not-
rename this section to Long Jack instead of Long Mixed.
There's not much jacks later on, so it's fine. This was supposed to be 3 no jacks, but it was nerfed, unfortunately. So not that much jacks. So we're jumping into the speech section. A lot more delay now. So from this point onwards, there's less jacks. Okay, there's still jacks, but less of it. And yeah, there's 3 sections to this map. This is the middle of the second section. A lot more delay stuff. Yeah, quite fun for me. But if you ban it, then okay.
But honestly, playing this from my experience, I remember very much enjoying this map. This was really fun, so shoutouts to you for mapping such fun maps for these pools.
Yeah, shoutouts to Evening, by the way. Can we shout out
Shameless.
Evening?
Shoutouts.
I should have identified myself. I could just shout out myself all I want.
Or are we just gonna shout out?
Important. Self-care is really important. And one thing that I noticed, this map is extremely long, and there's another long map as well. I think it was one of the Hybrids Kama, correct? And I think
yes.
those picks are going to be absolutely crucial in a scenario where it's approaching a tiebreaker and the teams are running out of picks and they don't know what to do. So they have to resort to one of these really long picks that might drain out the players before a tiebreaker scenario. That's going to be huge. Running out of stamina before that sort of scenario occurs is really dangerous, and this is the kind of pool that can take a lot of damage, or at least the players will end up taking a lot of damage before, and it will be extremely difficult to be able to keep that the playing ability up. And it's like, wow, what that would make for an exciting part of the match.
Yeah, Mint has a pretty good point here. Because of the sheer difficulty of these pools in general, the stamina aspect is going to add up every single map you play. Oh man, what are these Jags?
I could do that, so therefore I did that.
7
delay
note
streams,
chords,
by the way. Oh, Jax.
Yeah, Jax again. Jax delay streams.
This is fun. This is very comfortable, by the way.
Yeah. But with that was the last Nomad pick, right?
Remod.
So with that, we have the tiebreaker. Finally, the finals tiebreaker. So
this one is scary. This one is a big one.
Okay, so moving on to the tiebreaker, we have Citrus's Doomsday Thunder Tempest. This is actually a collab map between 3 people, Paul, Kappa, Arquin Virus, and Liju. And this star rating, what is this star rating? 12 stars.
It's only 12. It's fine. Shoutouts to Arquin, by the way, VTuber map.
Oh yeah, so we did not have any VTuber songs in this map pool, but we in fact did have a VTuber mapper who is Arquin Virus. But fun fact about this map is exactly 12 stars, and the total number of notes in this tiebreaker is 10,000.
Oh god, this is ridiculously hard.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not at the hard part yet. I mean, just watch. Just watch.
We will let you guys enjoy the map, the song, and the patterns.
Yeah, we won't get muted, so that's fine. So this is at 244. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, this is just the really easy sections. We're just building up to the first beat drop, and this part is actually a bit hard. These sweeps are extremely fast too, and yeah, we have some LNs protruding here and there, and these LNs are very short. At this difficulty, these are like 1/6 or 1/4 snaps, and those are only maybe like 40 to 50 milliseconds long. So you're really gonna have to watch out for those releases in order for you to not miss.
Yeah, so usually, right, for tiebreakers, we usually go one pool further. So for like semifinals, we go for finals. So finals, what happens after that? Well, we have to create our own artificial pool and say that, oh, this would be one beyond that. And 12 stars is where we landed at. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, this section is actually one of the harder parts of this map. It's definitely not the hardest section though. That's for sure. So
Yeah,
yes,
just-
harder as the song progresses.
Oh, not yet. We're not even halfway through. What's going on? I can't play this, by the way. I mean, it's not that I can't play it, it's just I don't want to. It's 12 stars.
And it's actually one of the this is going to be the longest tiebreaker that we had in this Mania World Cup, right? Is this longer than Nelv was?
Wait, how long was Nelv? Oh my goodness, Nelv was actually quite long, wasn't it?
Yeah, but this one's 6 minutes and 50
This is
seconds.
definitely longer than Nelv. Nelv caps at around 6 minutes. This is approaching 7, so this is definitely longer.
My goodness.
I think Nelv was actually close to 6 minutes and 30 seconds, but then that would still make this be the longest map. And this is the first core section of the map, and this is the part where Arkwin has mapped it. So shout outs to Arkwin from Hollow Stars.
Arkwin, you better apply to Hollow Stars now.
We predicted the future, so Arkwin will be part of Hollow Stars now.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Arkwin from Hollow Stars in the future. Oh, we're at the halfway? Oh, yeah.
Yep, we have just entered the halfway mark, or past the halfway mark, and so this is another... This section kind of looks easy, but it's actually quite difficult.
I mean, we really haven't talked about the categories of the patterns here, because everything just comes at you. If we talk about something, the next will come, so there's no point, really.
Yeah, this map will throw absolutely everything at you. This is coordination right now, but we're getting into some really dense patterns now, and as we get... Wow, what is such a, I guess, like, extravagant, like, mixture of patterns. And we have a break section here.
And indeed we do. This is going to be one of the more longer break sections that we have, or the longest break section rather, in this song. So this is going to be... You're gonna need this break section, be honest. This for the upcoming parts, oh man, yeah, you need the players who get through the tiebreaker, you're gonna need to conserve your stamina in this section in order to play the part that comes next. And with this part, this is going to be, I think the latter part is mapped by Liju, so...
Oh, Liju went ham, dude.
Yeah, fun fact, this map was originally too difficult, so this is actually the nerf version, but here we go. We have a full-fledged LN chord stream section here at 244 BPM. And this is difficult, very difficult.
Yeah, just think of the top players and just think that they can actually play this. It's just, I mean, what's going on?
By the way, the person who provided this replay for us is actually a single-digit rank in Osmania.
Shoutouts to Lightning Chicken.
Lightning Chicken, the hidden single-digit player of Osmania. And with that,
good playing offline for a few years.
Exactly. And so
we were just, we were monitoring really like all these matches, and we kind of think about the pools and the difficulty, so we kind of scale it up. But at some point, right, these players are way too good. So, what do you suggest, Jin? What do you suggest?
I wonder. Okay, so wow, thank you everyone for watching the finals map pool showcase. But as Evening mentioned, what is going to happen? We actually do have a separate grand finals map pool coming up.
13 February.
So this is not going to be the hardest map pool of this Mania World Cup.
This isn't the end.
This is never the end.
There's one
I think
more.
it's the first time.
There's one more, guys.
MWC. This is
Exactly.
very quiet.
We actually have going to have a harder map pool prepared for you next week.
Yeah, very hard. We are prepared.
So,
But if you do too well, you see what happens. We always adjust things last minute, unfortunately.
Oh man.
Well, this has been in
Yeah,
the
I think-
works for quite a while, though, because I've noticed that it's been like quite a while in the making, this grand finals pool, and this finals pool was never meant to be the end all be all in the first place, which is absolutely astounding to, I'm sure, many of the viewers who thought this pool was absolutely out of this world.
Oh ho ho ho.
Oh,
But yeah, so we should also mention that this will actually be the first separate grand finals map pool that we will have in history for Mania World Cup, both 4-key and 7-key.
yeah, this is gonna be very, very exciting. I have
Yeah,
mapped at least one map in there, and I can tell you, I can't play it. This is gonna be very, very exciting. Can't wait for the showcase, really.
Yeah, spoilers. I can't even pass like half of the map pools. Not just kidding, but yeah, we'll have to see what happens next week once the final matches are over.
Yeah, and you know what else you could showcase on your profile?
Oh boy, what is it, Mint?
Yeah. You can showcase it for some amount of money. Purchase the banners.
The banners. The country banners show your support for the teams that you support. Even the teams that have gone out of this tournament, you can still show the support for those teams too. Any of the teams that have made it to the round of 16, am I correct by saying round of 16? Are there more
don't
banners?
know.
But yeah, but I'm
Can we
pretty
get a banner for Singapore? Oh, that's sad.
But yes,
Support
you can show
your favorite teams, guys. They need your support. This is gonna get harder.
You are definitely going to need support. Yeah, so I have gotten confirmation that the 16 teams that made it to the round of 16s have their banners ready. So this is going to be the last week for you to show your support for each of the teams. So with that, I think we can conclude this showcase, the finals map pool showcase. Would you like to say anything before we head out with this stream?
No, I just gonna go sleep.
I love Banana Man.
Thank you so much. I love Banana Man too. I think Evening's the person who... Yeah, Evening doesn't like Banana Man. at
Don't
all.
ban Banana Man.
And I forgot to give a shout out to Joel for his amazing Banana Man video. But yeah, with that, we will be signing off. Evening, and I have to go to sleep now. It's past 1 o'clock where I live, so I have to go to sleep.
Yep, good night.
Everyone say goodnight to Jinjin.
Yeah, good night, everyone. I have to go to sleep.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.